Yeah, that's crazy that they have both of them.
Hello,
13
guys.
minutes.
We are here with
Maliss. We are in the Greek Nationals. We just finished like top 4. I finished top 4 maybe. I did top 4. It was a 260 player event, 16 people top cut. I finished 13 in Swiss and managed to get to top 4. I played the best deck.
the best deck with the fusionist, the best deck.
Branded.
Spoiler.
So some of you may know me from Birmingham also. I did top there with but I did the deck profile. So here is the one for you today. So starting things off with the extra deck, I play Mirror Jade.
Wait, what? Wait, we're starting with the mirror. We're starting with the extra deck. What the fuck?
One, Starlight. I am poor, I cannot afford the second one, but I'm poor. It's mostly because you don't really need a second one. It's not that I'm poor, which I am. I played 2 Albion, mandatory, Rimbram, Titanic Clad, Lubellion. These are fully mandatory, you cannot play without them. I was considering playing Brigand also because it is a bridge with Meows, but in the end, in the final cut, in the 10 minutes that the deck made me, I had for the deck to...
What's up, Spirit Flames? How's it going? Nice to see you, bro.
Maybe
Need to get into streaming, spread the word. You for sure. Long John, we should get into a call. I can help you out. Like, I mean, I'm sure you literally know, but like, if you want your help, like, signing up your shit, I got you.
It's whatever. These are sufficient enough. You don't need more of these. Moving on, we have double Guignol. This is your grind.
What about 60 card Goatee?
This is your everything. You combo with this card. You send your fusions. You do everything. We need more of these cards. We need future subordinates to be something like this in order to make Branded good again. But it is the best deck. But you know.
Better.
Okay. For Despia cards, mainly for this tag out, it was Queritis and Proskinion.
How was Proskinion?
Proskinion basically on the Rizal Mitsurugi end board, they finish on Detonator Murakamo with the field spell and the trap in the grave. Usually they don't have enough to also have Prey.
Yeah, no, that's just kind of what we talked about in my post-Allen guide for Branded, how like Super Poly Proskinion is really good against Mitsurugi. The only issue is like when you don't see a Despia is like, oh, okay. And that's going to happen like half the time, right?
Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. If they finish on that, you activate a Luber, they will probably just negate it with field spell. So you just change Super Poly, more on that later, and you make this one. You take the Detonator and the Murakamo and the Luber, you make this one. Your opponent then is forced to do twins probably with the Detonator, and then you just chain steal the Detonator and you just press his whole board, and he can't really do anything about that because like you cleared almost everything. This is more for a defense and sometimes for weird ODKs. Shout out to my opponent round 5 or 6, played Mitsurugi pure, and he had a judgment, warning, impulse, the Mitsurugi trap, prayers, and the 3 Mitsurugi monsters, and I just super poly his monsters. I made this, and then I just made everything 0 and attack for game. And he was really salty, but what can you do about it? Cry about it. Then just super poly targets, and you might be questioning. This is for the Fiendsmith Mitsurugi when they end on Murakamo plus the Desire, and you just take
That makes a lot of sense.
and you're like, okay.
I just like this because, yeah, like, also White Forest, it's very good against, just with the Azamina engines. And then just, like, in general, I think Stapelia is one of the better Super Poly targets.
Cool. This is also nice.
And this, Starving Vem also, he's going to talk about it, but, you know, Starving Vem one-shots the Mitsu and the Maliss on board, so.
Sometimes, many times, you need to draw one for your opponent's turn, and this is cracked right now. You basically, if your opponent is playing pure Mitsu, or he doesn't have like access to Fiendsmith or whatever due to Fuga or whatever,
To darks?
make that.
Yes.
You take both monsters. He has to activate prayers to summon back in order to have his trap alive. Then you just activate effect, target his Murakamo to get the negate in order to bait him into thrust. It doesn't matter if he does anything there. What's important is that then you just crash it into Murakamo, or you kill Murakamo, and then he activates the effect, engrave to wipe everything, so you take also the trap. So you basically FTK his whole board with just Super Volley and the random discard. Also, it is good against Maliss, you just take bodies away. It's for banishment. You get back a Luber or like a random Despia or a Quem, you just summon this, banish everything. He probably has already summoned them from banish, so it's FTK for them. Chaos, he's mandatory, especially.
Yeah, you're right, EPA. You're right. I mean, I don't think it's I never thought about the Mitsurugi utility with it, because I think Garura is just fine for Maliss because it's essentially the same thing except you get less OTK. But yeah, no, I think it's like worth the slot because of the prevalence of Mitsu too.
After underdraw, you need this card to go.
So yeah, no, you definitely called that EPA.
Rebellion, Chaos, Top 2, it's insane. You always make that.
Yeah, I mean, you just need Chaos Star Source, as we've been over with, like, the branded deck. Like, this literally one-shots the Blue Eyes board. Like, Blue Eyes literally cannot recover from a TCG Super Poly into Chaos Star Source, so...
Chaos Top 2, it's insane. You always make that. And last card is Lad. I made it sometimes. It's good if you go fully uninterrupted to have a backbone endboard piece that just says to your opponent, no, stop.
He's obviously not running Sanctifier. I mean, someone asked in the chat, will Sanctifier get banned? I mean, maybe one day, but you obviously don't need it, right? Like, he's been topping without Sanctifier for a while, and this is kind of what I've been saying, where in the TCG, I mean, like, yeah, Ido's still great, but, like, you don't need it if you don't need... I mean, I think not running Sanctifier is kind of interesting, because, like, what are you doing when you get Fuad, right? Like, I'm assuming he just gives them a couple draws, but I don't know.
If he has like 3 cards in hand and he has ways like ice or whatever, you just make that and he's like, okay, if I lose, go next game. This is the extra deck.
I feel like Starving Venom is redundant in the tie extra deck. I mean, I don't know. It kind of just like it really one-shots the Mitsu and the Fiendsmith and the Maliss boards.
Let's go to the
because it gives you OTK on top of it.
Deck now. On the main deck, we play 3 of the best monster of the game.
Have a good one, EPA.
Fallen of Albaz. Mandatory. 3 of the second fake Fallen of Albaz, which is routed. It is an upstart goblin, and we need it in like 50 cards. I play in 50 in main. Double Cartesia, it's pretty standard. I wasn't going to play 3 because it's 2 bricks, and I like to have it, but not so much. 2 Quem, absolutely mandatory to play 2 with Nibiru and everything. You turbo out both of them really fast, really quick. Kit as a
I kind of like the 2
but
Quem.
not so much. 2 Quem, absolutely mandatory to play 2 with Nibiru and everything. You turbo out both of them really fast, really quick.
I don't know if it's absolutely mandatory, but definitely like very good in the format with as much nip as there is.
As an engine requirement, which is obviously to make high spirits also 1 card combo. 3 Aluber, the best normal summon if you don't get hit with him.
I just don't get why there's still some people who don't run Kit. It's crazy.
Tragedy for obvious reasons. Double Mercurier, we are on Allure, so we play double Merc. You may ask why I play Allure, because even under Droll and Lancea, I wasn't really giving it much thought, and I was like, okay, maybe my opponent has it, maybe it does not. He better has it, otherwise you need to high roll a bit in order to actually win the games, and that is one way to do it. On the Bestials, we play the 1 Lubellion, absolutely mandatory. 3 Saronir, because it is the best Bestial, no Magna move. We do not need Magna, it's irrelevant if you search, you go really minus, you go into Thrash Talents, whatever, it's not good to play Magna. 3 Deployment, you turbo out Cartesia. On the other branch spell traps, we had the Lost, Red, and Banishment, absolute mandatory.
I think someone asked me about Multiple Lost. I think Multiple Lost is like okay. People used to run Multiple Lost back in the day.
All 3 of them. Even on the Maliss matchup, you have this, and he will probably try to hold the Linguribo, so you press him because he cannot actually use the Linguribo, and you just banish it whenever you want and then activate banishment and he just loses.
It's also super poly for Venom.
Yes.
So your opinion of running Nadir and Branded? I think it's okay. It's just kind of like not great going second.
It's nuts. Even for the Mitsurugi matchup, you just do this, bring back Mirror Jade, banish 2 monsters, he loses like the grind and everything. The other branch spells, the consistency ones, which is High Spirits and Brand Opening, absolutely mandatory. You cannot play anything less than that. It's the heart and soul of the deck right now, and we really need a QCR of this.
Of course.
Best card.
Best
I don't have
card.
to say anything about that. It's the best one. If it resolves, you win. If it doesn't, you win, but you have to actually play the game. Now for the non-engine slash hand trap slash 3 fuga. It is mandatory. It also combos with high spirits. It is the best breaker, considering your opponent will probably not play so much, so you win of that because he makes a mediocre board to win of that. It's self-explanatory. 3 thrust, 1 talents, because this is also good for going second with duplication. Talents for going second to look at hand, or going first if it's nuts, it's, you know. And
We're gonna
after
watch
that,
the other
we
deck
play the-
profile after this, by the way, guys.
The anti-Ash Blossom card, the 3 Allure, which is for high rolling and unbreaking with albas and stuff. Retribution, absolutely mandatory, and the best card of the event, Super Volley. If you draw this card, you basically win against every deck 100% of the time right now.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also why I think like you have to run 50 cards in Branded now.
It doesn't matter if it is Mitsu, Maliss, or whatever random bullshit your opponent plays. It is very nice, very good. If it resolves, you just OTK them really easily. Moving on
Very solid main deck.
the side deck, and I mean the main deck is kind of standard, but like for like a month or two I was playing Branded Synchro and it was really doing well versus Maliss, but the Mitsurugi matchup is so tough, and I was like, okay, sure, just play Despia at this moment. And I built the deck list really fast, so I was like, it
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean-
really matter so much. I was here for the fans, not top. I did top, I don't know why. So burn time. I went to time 3 times this tournament. Every deck is really slow. It takes so long to play, so you need something for time. And this is one of the best win cons, but it's not enough always. From breakers, I played just these 2. I wanted to play a 3rd one, and I was also planning on playing.
That's also just the thing about Branded.
Evenlys,
I
but
think you can just like literally play into time because of Masquerade. It's crazy.
I decided to cut them out. In locals, probably I would play Evenlys, but for this big event, I decided to play something else instead of the Evenlys. And this back rotated clears random bullshit that your opponent has, so you just win from there. No to Maliss with these ones, and no to Fiendsmith with these ones. It is very good, and you need to play them. Sadly, you need to have these hand traps. They are absolutely mandatory. I was thinking of playing main deck this Linealis, but it's not so good in all matchups. 3 draw for all the Mitsu, Rizel, bullshit variants. You just have something to hit them also apart from Fuga, because if they play too much, it takes too long and you just get bored, and I wanted them to stop playing. And the last card, which was basically I needed a card that basically was a hand trap for all the decks, and it is for game 2, game 3. So I play 3 Dogwood. We are at this time again of the year where Dogwood is absolutely mandatory. This card basically tells your opponent when you have like 15 minutes, okay, you can combo as much as you want, but you lose in time because we have to play a lot and he loses. Or if he plays little, he loses because he just plays control at that point where Branded just overwhelms it.
Yeah, this happened all the time right now.
It is all decks can play control, and all decks can play like wombo combo FTK bullshit. So you need something to stop them from that. And Fuga doesn't cut it. This one is not enough sometimes. And draw, like I lost 2 games where I had this and the Super Polythrust, and I would drew like nothing. And any card of this would just win me the game.
I don't think he made Fuga either.
Anything else that you want to comment on, like to add? Any shoutouts?
Sorry to all my opponents that had to face me. I really feel you when you spend 700, 800 euros to play a competitive deck and you just lose to Branded because you're bad. And shout out to Uri Diaz. He's a friend of mine from the US that we talk a lot and theorize a lot, despite not actually playing a lot. Shout out to another mentor of mine, Mr. Mario over here, which was the first one to actually play the deck, and I saw him play the deck, and then he kind of inspired me to also play and try hard and actually max out the whole deck. Shout out to Manos Aris and Gamaron for the
It is slightly sped up, only slightly, JaketheMtnMan.
video, and shout out to some people here.
Thank you very much. And if you need any Branded coaching, you know what.
All right, so let's check out this other Branded deck profile.
Hello guys, I'm here with the Fusionist, and
Marios Chorbatsidis. I went to Tokyo, top 16 with Branded.
Greek nationals, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my comfort pick for the event because I have not been playing lately, but I know.
Mermal could also play well into time because we can search Dogwood. Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey man, for your next regional deck profile, maybe side the one Dogwood, right? I mean, it's definitely like Dogwood is just kind of free wins, I think. I didn't realize this format was that grindy as someone who hasn't been playing too much TCG, so that's good to know that Dogwood is also pretty decent, even in Branded at the moment.
How to play the deck very well, so I decided to see how far it could take me, and I
What's up, Taze Code Talker? How you doing?
managed to rip it. So
Also, how's it going, JaketheMtnMan?
I'm not very bummed about it.
Okay.
So, should I get to the
Is he
cards?
not
Yes.
playing Foolish, Called by or Gold Sark? I can tell you this right now because I have the picture. So I can show you guys just the visual of it. Since we've already watched the deck profile, I don't feel like this is actually leaking it. Where the fuck is this picture? Here.
Of course.
Okay. So, right now, because there is
So this was the Vasilis deck thing. So yeah, he ran Fua in the main, 2 Quem, no Gold Sark Foolish. So yeah, that was kind of like the spice with no Sanctifier Ido, which I feel like is just like a personal choice, if anything.
there's one fusion. We're trying to
Respect for all the Branded players. Yeah, man. I mean, Branded is very good, and this is what I've been saying. Where like Branded has a opportunity to fight into the meta unlike other decks. Especially with Super Poly, like we are the best Super Poly deck. Like everything in our deck list is a Super Poly target. So yeah.
to make the deck become more of an Albas control variant. That of course means that we have to maximize the high spirits and of course the fall of Albas. This, which also can throw the Albas to the, can pitch the Albas to the graveyard. It can set up retribution plays and all that. And of course it can throw the blowouts that the deck can play. It's 52 cards because when I was playing less, I was seeing that I was seeing either multiples of cards that I didn't want to see, or the one
That's also just the issue with that Branded over 54 cards. I think in the TCG is you just end up bricking a lot, and like you don't have Verte to unbrick those hands.
that are bad more often. In order for us to be able to play around hand traps and set up the Albas control.
Is that the most devastating regionals experience? But I had a good time. Well, I hope everything's okay. Toes Code.
We're obviously playing 3 Cartesia. 3 Albert, which is probably the best card in the deck, since it can reach for like anything. We can. This is the reason why we can play.
I'll have to see if either of them want to come on the channel to talk Branded. I've been like really out of it lately.
If Brand Fusion gets
Emotionally
passed or
drained with life at the moment, so it doesn't help the content grind at all.
impulse or whatever the hell meta decks are playing. 2 Quems. I was considering the third one. I didn't really need it, so I wouldn't change that. To be honest, it's a very good card. It can also set up along with Saronir or Albion.
That's crazy to consider the third Quem.
Reviving taking to hand the Branded Fusion. These are the bricks. Because I'm playing Gold Sark, these are things that you can't not play. This really helps with the grind game. This is a very good Gold Sark target. Also in the mid game or when you're finishing summoning off of banishment of the opponent's, then you can add it. I decided to play one of each pistol. To be honest, this is the thing that I would change. Saronir along with High Spirits can really get you started, so I would make these 2 more Saronirs. I was thinking that with how good Mitsurugi has been, it's actually good to have more names or Magna that is actually 2 pistols. But in hindsight, you can handle the Mitsurugi matchup pretty well, so I would rather have my plays even more consistently. So I would make these, I would replace these with a couple of more Saronirs. Rebellion is broken, obviously. So for the branch spell traps, 3 opening, play standard.
Yes.
1 banishment, 1 retribution. This is my favorite card in the deck. It's versatile as hell.
Dude, everyone's running Banishment. That's why I'm so happy that I got this nameless Branded Banishment. Honestly, I might be down to just pull out the cardboard tonight. Would you guys want to see some combos, maybe? Show off the Branded deck a little bit.
Okay. So for the second one of Certain Games, our favorite Colbert Grave. I decided to play 2 Frost droplets. The reason is that from the Greek Open that had happened, that had taken place a few weeks earlier.
We can also play with this deck on yugioh Mega. I want to use one of these lists on yugioh Mega.
One-offs, along with cards that are not exactly starters, they're reactive cards like these. And if you see multiple copies of them, they're not very good. I wouldn't change that. I think that's perfect. More Psychic one-offs that win games.
Good luck with Expedition. Which Expedition, Jake?
One Gold Shark.
See, I still like Gold Sark. I mean, I get why you're running, like, because I've told people this, like, Allure is better than Gold Sark into draw. Like, literally, like, you just draw, like, Fusion, Deploy, more Cartesia, and you're like, okay, they drawed me, whatever. Or you draw High Spirits or Opening, right?
Yep. 3 deployments.
Or you already have those cards in hand.
It's also a starter, can get you to play around stuff like Imperm Veilers and all that. Very good starter. This is obviously for Thrust. Also, it did came up twice in tournament against Blue Eyes. You can also target this.
Okay.
Because it is a normal fusion spell, and you can summon Albaz on demand, basically. So even if you don't have fusion access, you can still interrupt your
I like how duplications, like, literally just Verte in a trap form. Like, do you guys notice that?
I am playing a lot of cards, so I need to see more than the first 5. So we're
On engine, right?
6 Bolts armies, yeah.
Okay. I do have a question though.
Yeah.
Last night.
How's it going? I'm trying to fix up my branded deck in Dueling Book. Is there a way to submit the deck profile so I can be taking a look at for suggestions? I'd put in the deck list chat of my Discord. We don't do roasting deck lists that much anymore, but when we do, I'll definitely try to get to it. I'd look for streams for when we do that. Simplicity, I'm considering running 3 Saronir over 1 Bahamut and 2 Saronir. Thoughts? Do you mean Magnamut? Yeah, I mean, just like this guy said, I think, like, running 3 Saronir is probably the correct option. Vasilius was like, Magnamut just plays into Thrust, and I definitely see why. So, like, yeah, just Saronir for increased consistency going first, and then just still having an ability to be a Bestial when you need to banish, like, the one of Murakamo is really good. At least it gets rid of the prayer as well, right?
The big grinder was asking about.
Realize a lot of deck building. That's always go with your instinct. I only tested with Maliss for a couple weeks and didn't even get enough reps in, bro. I went 1-5 drop to do a Winamat. How'd the Winamat go? I did score a QCR Quem German QCR access code. Yo, I gotta see a picture of that. QCR Link Spider and pulled a QCR Regenesis save from entries and Ulti Per Lily. So yeah, you still plus. That's how it is. We go next on that one.
About Greek nationals.
Yeah.
It was commented that 2 Branded were in Top Cut, right? And all of the people down exploded and asked about the lock. What's your opinion about that?
I do not play the lock because you're not going to win every die roll. I'm not even running SaltyFry right now. Truth be told, I didn't play Nightmare last year as well. I have faith in Branded, that the interactive kind of Branded that needs skill when you're interacting with your opponent, because this deck cannot FK. You usually will have games. There are few known games in general, and I thought that adding another brick to my deck and potential for me to lose the die roll, which I went like 2-7, so it wouldn't have mattered much anyway. The deck can play power cards. Speaking of,
I mean, yeah, we saw that there was just a top with Locke, and he was like, Locke is absolutely mandatory, right, from the Swiss Nats. These guys are like, you don't have to run that Locke. And you want to know what, guys? This is the beauty of Branded. You can run it any fucking way you want to. You just have to deck build correctly around it. These guys could have ran Ido. You just would have had to do slightly different deck building and probably would have been just fine, right? I mean, it worked out for him because he went 2-7 on die rolls, but if he went fucking 7-2 on die rolls, I bet he would have wanted the Ido, right?
actually,
Because it helps you play through hand traps.
It's the only reason you can actually play Brand right now. Super Poly is
yeah, this is I mean, yeah, Super Poly, yeah, for sure. Like, Super Poly is like the most mandatory card in Branded at the moment, besides like the engine.
Semi-playable Memento, but it's great. 1 fusion, 1 lost, 1 regained. This was for Maliss. I played on
guys, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. We're at 7 likes, 55 viewers. How's everyone doing?
1, so it was fine. And then 3 High Spirits, which is a starter, and the Brand in red for grinding.
Okay.
So for the extra deck, 2 Guignol, you cannot play 1. It's very standard. 2 Albion, 1 Titan, 1 Dreambrom, 1 Mirror Jade, Lenatus, Lebellion. And now for the cards that are not Despia or Brand related. This is actually Despia related, but yeah. This is a very good super cool target against Maliss. The endboard gets hit a lot by this, and it did come up.
Mitsurugi as well, because it had to end Mitsurugi.
Yeah, I didn't do it versus Mitsurugi, but yeah.
Brand best deck.
Brand best deck, yes.
This is not only for Garura, it's sometimes when you're trying to set up the Albaz control, you do need extra cards in order for you to be able to discard, so even if I was not playing Super Poly, I would be running Garura. This is broken. This has a different text than the OCG or Master Duel. So it FTK's Blue Eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, that's what people need to realize. Like, Chaos Star Source literally is just absolutely broken in the TCG with Super Poly.
Did it happen today? You resolved?
Not today, yesterday.
Okay.
But yeah, I did Super Poly Blue Eyes 3 times, which was like the game was over. Furious, which is a very versatile card that can help you push through stuff and establish winning. Also, there is this.
This is insane.
Yeah, this is part of my inboard. Usually I go for punishment with Rebellion to revive the Albion and summon this. I didn't lose once when I played this, because they either had to use Typhoon, which as we know Typhoon's win rate is about 0%.
Yes.
So yeah. Also for the side deck.
That's the thing. If you're making Typhon against Branded, you're losing the game anyway. To be honest, like because you probably have Rinbrum set up, so the Rinbrum just cleans up your Titanclad, and then Albaz just cleans up the Typhon. Like, you have to get an OTK out of the Typhon, frankly.
Mitsurugi was great, so I had to run them.
Or it has to be a super simplified game stay where it actually cracks the board and you have no follow-up.
Question. Why not in the main deck?
I thought that I could break Mitsurugi's board because it doesn't annoy me very much when set up. What annoys me is when I can play, because obviously fusion's at 1. So I was basically siding at game 2 and 3 and taking out usually the Perulias, but I didn't have a problem with that. Also, it can stop your normal armies, which is not ideal.
Okay.
3 Meowls, 3 Lancia. I don't have to tell you why. 3 background removals, thrust targets, the stuff that you can push through boards with, a Sanctum for the Lancias, a barrier because I did think that since I was running thrust, the Rizal Mitsurugi and the Mitsurugi was auto beaten by this. And here's my least favorite card of that you'll see. It was very disappointing. I would definitely change it. It is not good. I did play versus more pure Mitsurugi than actual Rizal Mitsurugi, but in hindsight I should have never run that. Lost top 16 to a mirror match.
By the way, you never told us your
Bro, having a top 16 mirror match sounds so bad with Branded. Like, what? It's just whoever wins die roll at that point.
name.
I did.
Or draws like Super Poly plus like Thrust plus Branded Fusion, right? Going second game 1.
I lost top 16 to a mirror match because I decided to play around Super Poly because I knew that the other guy was playing Proskinion.
You played the mirror, right?
Endboard, yeah. The endboard, the Branded mirror in Top Cut in 2025. The endboard gets outed by Proskinion because then they can also summon your Jade, so the game is basically over there. So I decided to play around that, but in doing so, I got Lightning Storm.
In 60
and,
cards,
that's
right?
why I'm in top 16 and not top 8.
It's okay.
So that's
Any
it.
shoutouts?
Any shoutouts? I would like to shout out my girlfriends, my friends who helped me prepare for the event, and obviously you guys.
Thank you very much.
No. Yeah, no, shout out to Ignite YGO too. Are there any other ones that I should check out? Not really. Yeah, no, shout out to Branded doing as well as it did. We did just cover both deck profiles. There isn't too much I needed to. I mean, maybe just once again, just looking at the picture of the Greek deck profile, right? Like this is of the top 4 deck profile. You know, we can review it a little bit more just on screen ourselves. This is the Vasily's top 4 branded list from Greek Nationals. What do you guys think of the list? Because I'm kind of curious now that we've watched both of the videos, right? Yeah, I do like how there's no droplet. That's actually something I tested with a little bit. I was just like, oh, do we need to not run droplet? I think, yeah, right now, currently, you don't need to run droplet with Branded. I think the engine actually cracks most of the boards, and Super Poly carries you know, the Mitsu Maliss matchup, and even against Mitsu you can crack Mitsu with just engine, right? Like, you just need plays to power through their end board. No send for Dusk. That is the weird part, running 2 Grand Guignol when you're not running a target for it feels a little, I mean, like, it's just for the grind game, because like you said, a lot of the games are going to time, so having the double Guignol is pretty good, right? Like, if you already went through the first and you're like, okay, well, now I have Cartesia on the board, and it's like you start running out of options to go into, right? So that makes sense to me, personally speaking. Even though it's not like personally I would probably be running the Ido, but once again, like, we play enough Master Duel where we know Branded doesn't need it. I just think it's pretty nice overall. Like, in this list I'd probably put Ido and then just like cut the Quertos or something, but it's like he was saying, like, Quertos sometimes just like gives you silly OTKs that no other deck does, and if you're able to take that OTK, I mean, I think you need to run Quertos in a non-lock version though, at the very least, because you need it for a win con going second, right? Because our list right here, it's not that much different. I think he just, you know, he just runs Allure over the Droplet, which honestly I kind of like. And then what, 2 Mercurier, and then he took out the Ido, and that's basically the list, except he is running... I mean, yeah, I think the High Spirit is better in a build like this, and then what, you just take out Gold Sark, and that's the list basically, except I'm running the Puppet. Then what, 2 Quem. No Magnamut. Could go to 1 Shrouded, maybe. I appreciate how I don't have to run Dogwood in this version. I mean, maybe I do now that they added time to the game, who knows? We can just take out the Ido for right now. So what did he run over that? And then what? It was a Lad, Starving Venom. Am I missing something? Oh, it's no, he had Garura, Proskenion. No Titan Cloud? No, there's like, oh, no Guardian Chimera. Sure, we can just do it like that. And then we do have to, because his side deck was so curtailed to like TCG, I actually have to like replace a lot of the cards. Feel like second Mirror Jade, yeah, it's second Mirror, or no, he only ran 1 Mirror Jade actually, and I agree. I mean, I'd run an Adlib in this kind of build, but I want to use his like basically exact build, at least for a game. Adlib is kind of cope. Ido is a choice. I think Proskenion is better than Sanctifier because it can steal cool shit from the graveyard like SP. Can't Sanctifier do that too? I know what you mean though. Oh, no, not the turn skip. He fooed me. Do I just like... Probably has imp... No, he apparently does not have imperm. Maybe he does. Another Fua. Do I ever just... I just have to go for it. He's gonna target the Albion. That's pretty good. Although I'm just gonna get my thing anyways, right? Question is if I want to go for OTK here. I feel like I do. Because what? Branded Fusion. Yeah, like if I just summon twice, like I kill him, so it's fine. What is he gonna frickin' draw nib? Nah. That's crazy. He just surrendered before even seeing the rest of his Fua draws. See, that's what I'm, like, Super Volley too, just like, oh, that card's the GOAT. Will the stream be available to watch fully later? It's already so late in Europe, I need to low-key stream, go to sleep. Yeah, for sure, Mel. They always are on YouTube, not on Twitch. But that's because, like, Twitch doesn't give ad revenue for, like, watching VODs, whereas, like, YouTube does, so. But you're on YouTube, so I don't think that matters for you. Is Stapelier still usable? I remember the last time I played it, it never showed up. Yeah, it's he said it's for the Mitsu Fiendsmith board. Also, someone asked before what the 2 fusion duplication is for, and it's like, that's for going first, right? You need sides for, you need things to side out Meowls. You need stuff when you're going first, because you're going to go first at some point, right? So you need to side these out. These are not good going first. Like, it's passable if you have high spirits or something, but that's not, like, what you want. Going second. Oh gosh, this is not working. You know what? I'm just putting this shit on. I meant to side a lot quicker, but my side should be better. I mean, I still don't even know what fucking deck he's on. He's literally on Branded, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll just banish the Albaus and hopefully that does its thing. Oh, that's pretty good. You just, like, win from there. When you Mercurier with Albion, oh, it's so good because then you get to banish it off the Albion. It's so clean. So I think Lancia is really good against Branded. Yeah, when they're trying to, they can't break your board if you Lancia them. That's like, people don't know how to use Lancia against Branded. Use Lancia against Branded when they're trying to break your board. Was he on 60 card? Yeah, he was on 60 card. Can't imagine how Branded can be playable. Well, it is. I should have also done this in the draw phase for Droll, but whatever. Do I just normal summon Quem with this with this hand? I think I do. Also, if I do this, I don't think it actually matters. See, this is a hand where I actually probably should just send Albion, but oh wow, double Quem actually comes up with this hand. Holy shit, if I get hand trapped a certain way. That's crazy. Yeah, the Titanclad feels absolutely useless here. That was probably malpractice, but it's okay. No way he has droll, right? I mean, this hand's pretty good, but this is also why I like the lock, because the lock just like, oh, it's so good in the mirror. Oh, but I do have Lad, which is like probably just as good, to be honest. What's up, cuz? How's it going? I guess the Titanclad's actually not useless here because I do get Albaz. No way he has Imperm here, so I'm just doing this here. So I can get more value out of my cards. Now I'm going to be able to chain block the Grand Guignol with summoning the Cartesia. I mean, obviously he doesn't have an Ash, but I guess at this point I'd just send the Garura for a draw, which is kind of funny. That is why I do like running Garura, because it's just like a randomly good send off a Grand Guignol if you need, like, fuck it, why not? Now we get the Banishment. And we have Banishment on top of Duplication, which is quite good. Not having the Mercurier, though, is a little sus here, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel like he would have bestialed me already. So I'm just like, this is fine. He's playing the Titanclad for eventual board breaking. That's totally correct. So this board is kind of capped out, though. For like a Lad board, it's quite good. Like, I have Cartesia plus Quem plus Mercurier plus Jade into Mercurier and a Fusion Duplication with Grand Guignol on the board. Now he gets to waste another Lad negate with the Retribution. Okay. Thinking here. Because I mean, this is fine. I mean, whatever, my Lad just negates whatever he makes. Yeah, but I mean, obviously Taze code, but the thing is, like, you have Cartesia, right, in the situation to fuse off the Lad, or even Fusion Duplication to, like, get rid of Lad, or even with Rinbrum, right, because Rinbrum summons the Albaz, and then Albaz effect fuse off something on my opponent's board, and then make Lubellion or Albion, and use their effect to get rid of your Lad, so it makes Mercurier alive. There's a lot of ways to make these unboards a lot better with Lad. Going into the Striking Dragon here is funny. I'm sorry. Was this supposed to do something with me having Mercurier here? Yeah, I definitely like Mercurier that every single time because that gets him to Branded Fusion, right? No, I just let him waste his battle phase. Also, no Gold Sarker Foolish. Yeah, I think he's doing that because those cards play a little bit more into... Is he going Branded Fusion next is the question. I do have Stapelio, so I'm just like thinking if I want to do that now. Because I kind of do. I could also make my own Runbrum if I want. It's either Stapelio or Runbrum. I think this just generates me more advantage at the end of the day, though. And then also I can just, like, make Albaz here, right? Oh, that's so crazy. And then here, I just make the Renbrum with... Oof, I can't do that. I guess I just make, like, Granganol or something. Yeah, why not just do that? Oh, this is gonna be so clean. Except it really wasn't.